and so the meeting is now opened again. Actions taken in closed session. Trustee Prendergast, do we have any?
No actions were taken in closed session.
Okay, thank you. We will now have the invocation by Trustee Bartlett and the Pledge of Allegiance by Trustee Dack.
So good evening, everyone. So I'm a night owl and tend to binge watch programs and movies on TV late at night after I finish my workday. I came across a fictional series which involves a medical diagnosis, and I'm only halfway through the 4 seasons of the series. But what was so impactful to me was this woman's journey and how she is handling things in her life. She is inspirational in that she's decided to do everything she's wanted to do for a long time and not keep putting off her hopes and dreams. Sometimes we all need a little or even a big nudge to take that leap of faith, to perhaps learn a new language, reach out to family and friends that you haven't seen in a long time, travel to destinations of interest, or like Trustee Jamal, build a hotel in Armenia. Take a serious look at your own personal bucket list and don't just keep adding to it, but start checking things off that list. And I would bet that you increase your happiness quota and find a great way to start off the new year.
Thank you.
Now, if you could join me in saying the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, it's now time for public comments. I would like to have the first 2 people come up, please, Melody Turan and Erlene Ballo.
Testing.
My name is Melody Berquist-Turori. I'm adjunct faculty at Saddleback. I've taught the radio courses since 2018 and have been faculty radio program coordinator since 2019. At the December trustee meeting, you approved a plan to donate Saddleback's FCC license for KSBR to CSUN. During discussion of that plan, administration assured trustees multiple times that no student programming was airing on the HD2 station. This is incorrect. In fall 2021, the HD2 station began airing programming produced by students in radio class. We expanded to include regular student content from 2 more classes, audio production and video journalism. Student programming includes weekly specialty music and talk shows, live and tape-delayed play-by-play broadcasts of Saddleback football, basketball, soccer, volleyball, and water polo. Public affairs programming spotlighting local nonprofits, radio plays, news, and public service announcements. During the spring 2024 semester, the HD2 aired 13 hours of live student programming every week. We partnered with IVC's Literary Magazine to air 3 episodes of their student-produced podcast, The Eardrum. Student work deserved to be properly respected and represented by college administrators. The HD2 was not a loop of jazz music. It was a place where student voices reached community backed by the credibility of a licensed station with 50 years of history, something online streaming can't match. You were told that Saddleback was incapable of running an FCC station, but with support from adjunct faculty Karen Bauer and CTVR department staff, running a licensed station with student programming is exactly what we've been doing. Radio is a public resource. Students, community members, and alumni deserved to be properly informed of the intent to remove this resource from local access before trustees voted on the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Erlene Ballo.
Good evening, trustees and Chancellor Barnes. My name is Erlyn Ballo. Last year, I joined these meetings as the Saddleback Classified Senate President. Tonight, I'm speaking as a member of this college community who is deeply concerned about the real and growing harm being caused by recent actions of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and the Customs and Border Patrol, and the fear that they are creating in the communities that we serve. ICE and CBP are not operating in ways that reflect due process or respect the rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution. It would be naive to think that our students and their families have not yet already been directly affected by the brutality of the current federal administration. Fear does not stop at our campus's boundaries. It shows up in attendance, in mental health, in academic performance, and in whether students feel safe enough to remain enrolled and whether staff can do their work. What we are witnessing goes beyond enforcement and into intimidation, disappearance, and family separation. The news would have us believe that it's only happening in Minnesota or up in LA, but it's happening here, in Lake Forest, San Clemente, RSM, and Mission Viejo, and all the communities that we live and serve in. Recently, a coworker, a Latina woman, was followed on her way to the Saddleback campus by a car full of masked men in gaiters, a la the ICE uniform. She shared how terrified she felt, even as a US-born citizen, and yet she still came to work that day to support students and colleagues. If students are truly at the center of everything we do, then we must move beyond statements of support and toward action. This means preparation, ongoing preparation, and I know that we've been doing it, communication and care that reflect what our community is facing right now. Please include us, the classified staff, professionals, our faculty, and the students in the decision-making and how we as a community should better prepare. Classified professionals are often the first point of contact for our students in crisis. Students themselves know where fear is showing up and what meaningful support actually feels and looks like to them. Our faculty see it every time their enrollment dips and ups.
Thank you. Would the next three people come forward, please? Georgina Martinez, Colin William, and Ahmad Ahmed.
Hello, board members. I'm coming to you as a member of the community and as a parent. I have two college-age sons. One is attending IBC. They are US-born citizens, they barely speak Spanish, and they have been to Mexico a total of 3 times in their young adult lives. But they are brown, and they have a Spanish last name. For the past year, I have asked them to carry around a picture of their passports on their phones. Just in case. They objected, but they still did it. Today, I had to tell my sons to stay home because I received several notices that ICE and Border Patrol were in our neighborhood and block. I relay this experience to you because this real fear is being felt by many of our students and employees of the district. I second the previous speaker's call to action. I respectfully ask the board to consider these experiences of the students and employees when making decisions, talking to others in power, and deciding how to support the student body, especially when these situations become more and more common. Thank you.
Good evening, trustees, Chancellors Barnes. My name is Colin Williams. I'm the Vets Program Coordinator at Saddleback College, and I'm here to share some exciting news. The students and I'm a co-advisor for the Saddleback Veterans Club. We just got back over the holiday break from Colorado Springs, where we attended the Student Veterans of America National Conference. During that conference, we brought 13 students with the help of the Saddleback College Foundation and 4 staff members. We were nominated during this conference, which is the largest gathering of student veterans in the country. Student Veterans of America began in 2008 after the war in Iraq started cooling down a little bit and students started attending college en masse. It was started by a group of Michigan students that wanted veteran support services on their campuses. So we attended the conference. We were nominated for Club of the Year. We were also nominated for Advisor of the Year. Now, Club of the Year has been given to many different universities across the country, such as Syracuse and Georgetown and Baylor, and a community college had never won before. But this year, we were very fortunate to be selected. It's really a true testament to the work of the Veterans Club, the leadership, And I've been saying this a lot over the last couple of weeks. It's really a testament to the support services that Saddleback College and this district provides to student veterans here. I've been advising veterans clubs at various schools since 2009, and the amount of support and assistance, not just from the VETS program, but from the Board of Trustees to our student trustee, Blake, to the foundation, to our college professors like Frank Gonzalez over there and Kia Schaaf. It just ripples throughout this college and this district, and I just am very appreciative of it as a student veteran myself. When I attended with no support services, it's tough. And I think Saddleback does, and IVC for that matter, does a great job supporting student veterans, and just want to thank you.
Thank you.
Well, hold on. What happened to the advisor of the year?
So I lost to Fordham.
Didn't mean to rub them in. I just wanted to
I
know.
lost to Fordham. But I would gladly give that away
Okay.
for Club of the Year.
No.
That is the one.
I
Thank
thought we
you.
were being left hanging. I thought we wouldn't say it 'cause you weren't-
Do we have student veterans from the club here? Would you like to stand, please? Yay.
Good evening, trustees. My name is Ahmed, student veteran at Irvine Valley College. I'm the vice president of the SVA club at Irvine Valley College. And I wanted to talk about what it means to support a veteran, because we're always told, hey, what could we do? How could we help? My time at the SVA NatCon with Saddleback and IVC has been pivotal. Being in front of industry leaders like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, and General Patton has taught me a lot in regards to what does leadership look like? How do we support veterans? Having the Veteran Center at a community college means the most to me, because my time coming out of the Air Force and coming into community college has meant a lot. Seeing faces all around and having the aspect of the environment of it where it's really supportive has meant a lot. Just a single hello from Dylan has meant a lot to me, because I always wanted to know, like, what was my purpose? What's my identity? And I feel like I found it at Irvine Valley College, knowing that, hey, I want to advocate for veterans who might not have a voice. So I just want to thank you guys for having the opportunity to support us, and it means a lot. So thank you.
Thank you. Could we have the following come forward, please? James Bogard, David Jones, and Gerald Frybrunn. Sorry.
Good evening. Just to provide some background, my name is James Bogard. I'm a Marine veteran, currently going to Saddleback. I also currently serve in the ASG as the Student Senator for Veterans, as well as I have the opportunity to be via congressional work study for Congressman Levin. Today, I just wanted to highlight some of the amazing things that our chapter has been able to do because of your support. And to start off, first on campus, to be able to have a Student Senator position means a lot to us, to actually be able to represent veterans on campus and to advocate for them within the ASG. Some of the other things that we have done throughout the year was we've had multiple opportunities to go to DC to talk about federal policy regarding around veteran education, including once at the Leadership Institute, where there's colleges from around the country and be able to represent Saddleback there, as well as during Washington Week when we got to sat in on a Veteran Affairs Committee, as well as talking to multiple members of that committee, including the ranking member. In addition to that, around our community, some of the things that our veterans have been able to do is participate with other nonprofit organizations like Recycle for Veterans, being leaders and being able to advocate and mentor younger students, whether they're freshly new to college or they're still in high school. And finally, we've been able to build a lot of camaraderie within our Veteran Resource Center from a lot of veterans who just recently transitioned and still trying to navigate that transition, and veterans who have felt isolated for a very long time. So with closing comment from me, thank you for your support. We truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is David Jones, a United States Marine Corps veteran, a current health sciences student here at Saddleback, and a work study in the Veterans Office on campus, and the president of the Student Veterans Club. I'm originally from San Diego and found a home here at Saddleback after getting out of the Marine Corps in 2023. I've been the president of the club for the last 2 years, and it has been an incredible journey. During my time at Saddleback and with the club, I've been blessed to help it grow from 10 to 90+ members now. I've loved seeing the camaraderie and the friendship grow in our community into a similar environment of what I had in active duty, and I think that's attributed a lot to our success. Last year, we were nominated for Chapter of the Year with the Students of Veterans of America and placed within the top 5 finalists. And this year, we were able to win with the #1 spot. It's actually kind of crazy to think about that we consecutively beat over 1,600 college and university campuses across the nation 2 years in a row. This year, I had the honor of speaking in front of 2,000 other student veterans at this year's national conference, not only to accept our award, but also to speak on a leadership panel with Medal of Honor recipient Salvatore Gianti and about our club and its endeavors. I'm proud to say our school had the biggest representation in staff at the conference with 13 students and 4 staff. Most campuses and a lot of the other fancy esteemed universities had only about like 3 to 5 at the most. The conference was amazing and an edifying experience. 2 of our students were able to secure internships, and we all collectively were able to bring a lot of resources back home to our fellow student veterans on campus. Never in my life did I think myself and the club would have accomplished any of this. And this is just one thing out of the many, many things we've done and accomplished. So thank you all here to the board and all the staff here at Saddleback for your continued support. Without you, we wouldn't have the resources or the support to achieve the esteemed title of Student Veterans Chapter of the Year. We hope you all take this awesome momentum we've built up and take it to new levels and help the Saddleback student veterans community here. On a last quick note, the Veterans Resource Center on campus is and always will be as crucial, essential, and necessary for student veteran campus here, success here on campus. Without it and the truly, truly amazing staff at the center, our club would not be where it is today. Very few special shout outs to our awesome club advisors, Colin William and Melanie Hayashi Smith, to our backbone and admin, Kimia Rozvani, to our wonderful social media chief, Lee DeCourt, and all our executive officers in the club for the work you do. So thank you all again.
Thank
Good
you.
evening, and Semper Fi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gerald Frybren, student here at Saddleback College, also Marine Corps veteran, as well as currently serving as an intern for Councilmember William Go's office in Irvine. My speech is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try to make it about the students instead of just about us. Having got to Saddleback roughly only just a year ago, I thought it'd be interesting to, having been in a Marine Corps institution for so long, to expand my horizon interacting with students. I'll say participating in those many clubs that were offered on campus and serving as an advisor or mentorship role for people in all their various clubs have been very rewarding. And I love teaching those students all those new skills that I learned in the Marine Corps and just transferring it over to them. So that's all I have to say. Appreciate Saddleback as an institution. I wish it continued success.
This is such a great example of the fact that students come first and we serve them. So I'd like one more round of applause to the veteran students. Yeah, okay, it's now time for oral reports. And remember, it's 2 minutes, just like all the others had. So let's start. Trustee Milchiker.
A few days after I was honored at the last board meeting, I was deeply touched to be honored again, this time by the Laguna Woods Mayor, Sherry Horn, a personal friend, a dear friend, and the entire city council once more for my longevity. Over 40 years ago, during my very first campaign, I made a promise to save our Emeritus Institute. The state was then reforming California community colleges, and adult non-credit programs are on the verge of being eliminated statewide. They said they couldn't afford them. Legislative hearings were held across the state, and the future of programs like ours and all adult non-credit education was uncertain. With the help of Saddleback College staff and our incredibly articulate emeritus students, we succeeded. Our work ensured that adult non-credit education was recognized as an essential part of the mission, as an essential mission of the California community colleges, and this was listed in the omnibus big bill that reformed the whole community colleges, AB 1725, that was passed in 1985. So we did it. And because of us, thousands of emeritus students' lives have been enriched ever since. Even the Laguna Woods City Council members shared their gratitude because they were taking classes. Community colleges are called community for a reason. We serve the people around us. We serve the people in our community, in our district. And in our district, we have an enormous and vibrant older adult population. It's not an exaggeration that we have the finest program for older adults in the nation. Our classes support adult health and cognitive strength. As a biologist, that's really accurate. Benefits are far more economical and far more humane than putting people in nursing homes. These programs strengthen lives, families, and even increase local property values because of the value of these classes. I want to thank Chancellor Barnes, our board, my family, colleagues, and friends who have supported me with flowers, friendships, and encouragement. After 40 years and nearly 2.5 million students served over these 40 years, I feel like I should be honoring all of you for the difference you make every single day. So thank you all for all you do.
Thank you. Trustee Bartlett.
Thank you, Madam President. So I hope everyone is well rested and recharged from the extended time off for the holidays. I want to thank our college staff for always being vocal and proactive about even the small things that can enhance the well-being of everyone in the district. Those extra few days off made an incredible difference for all of us. Since our last board meeting, I've had the pleasure of attending on January 6th the Irvine Valley College and Saddleback College presidents' opening sessions on both campuses. It was enlightening to hear from the district members as well as the students and to hear firsthand their perspectives on ideas, priorities, opportunities, and recommendations for this calendar year about how to enhance the college environment on both a professional and personal level. Our colleges have already achieved incredible milestones, so the challenge now is to continue to raise the bar. Later this week, I will be traveling to Sacramento with several of my trustee colleagues, our chancellor and staff, to attend the CCLA Effective Trustee Workshop and Legislative Conference. It's a great opportunity and a learning experience, and to meet other college board trustees and learn about best practices and how we can all work together to positively impact legislative priorities in Sacramento. And that concludes my board comments.
Thank you. Trustee Dack.
I'm going to keep it brief. I just want to say that I appreciated both of the Saddleback and IVC's opening sessions. Always love hearing from students, and I don't know, just keep it up. Every year I'm always impressed with the wide variety of students that come to speak. So thank you to Saddleback and IVC.
Trustee Prendergast.
Yeah, I just want to welcome everyone back. Hope everyone had a good break and recharged the batteries. I know I benefited that myself as a teacher. I did have a exciting break in that my youngest daughter got engaged on New Year's Eve, so I got another one to deal with. One wedding down, one to go. And then I did, between the last meeting and this, I did attend the Saddleback holiday party. Wonderful as always. And then also looking forward to the upcoming CCLC conference and legislative lobbying. Just to be transparent, sent a note to the chancellor about maybe we could add discussing protecting our students from the speaker that talked about ICE and CDP. So we'll see if we can get that added to our programming. Thank you.
Trustee Jamal.
Yes. So, Trustee Bartlett, thanks for the reference and the invocation. I spoke the other day and I said, I asked what people did during their holiday break, and they asked me what I did, and I opened a hotel. So I don't know if I recommend you all spend your holiday breaks doing that, but yes, a passion project came to fruition. In my ancestral homeland of Armenia, our family did open a hotel, a boutique hotel over the holiday break. It's exciting when you see a passion project come to fruition, but the question is, how much passion do you have for your wallet? And that's what we'll be looking at over the next few months and next years. But I agree, if you have the passion and you have the will, you can figure it out. As I was at the hotel trying to have some downtime looking at my phone, I came across a news flash that one of our faculty members was named among the most 100 influential people in Orange County. And her name is Lisa Alvarez. And I can't think of anyone who's more deserving than that. Lisa has had an incredible impact on our campuses, IVC in particular, And some of you may not know, probably looking at the room, you don't know. She's very close to one of the legendary faculty members here at the South Orange County Community College District, Roy Bauer. I believe she shared an office with him. So congratulations to Lisa, honor well deserved.
Trustee Rydell?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. And I hope that you share much success with your students, and that's what we're here for. I wanted to share that I attended the professional development at IVC, and I have to say, each year it's better and better. I don't know how you do it, but I just appreciate all that I learned from that development session. I was unable to attend the one here at Saddleback. It just couldn't be helped. I also look forward to what Trustee Bartlett shared about attending the CCLC conference that we're going to and meeting the legislature and sharing with them. I think it's very important that we, the trustees here, are involved in advocacy and finding out what is happening in the legislature, because eventually they will approve or disapprove what we need the most. Money. At any rate, I just wanted to welcome you all. And I did have one other thing to share. It happened last night. And I don't know if you did watch the game or not, but I have to tell you that I am flying right now. To think that we went all the way, in 1968, when I was there, we ended up going to the Rose Bowl. Now that was big. We lost to O.J. Simpson 13-6, but at any rate, it's been a long time coming. And I was just very happy and proud of our students in the Midwest. So if you watched it, it was great. If you didn't, you have to find it. It was a great game, and I'm flying still. Thank you.
Thank you. The vacation was really nice, the rest and relaxation, and just, turn down the pressure and enjoy family and friends was great. And I'm glad that everybody had the 2 days separate as well. And I know a lot of people have mentioned it, so we appreciate that too. I really loved the openings this year. All student panels are not as good as these two were. These two, I looked at the person I was sitting next to, and it was like these students were not only saying facts about their experience, but there was a lot of wisdom and a lot of deep thinking in it about what this all means to us. And, whether it's teachers or classified or managers or board members, it's easy to forget what it's all about. Not really, but, you have the budget and you have all these factual things you have to deal with, and it's really marvelous to hear the students. The other thing is that I'm looking forward to March 6th. All day long is the International Women's Day, and it's put on by the Women's Caucus of the league that we call CCLC League. And I happen to now be on the board of the Women's Caucus, not the board, the e-board. And so we're planning a really great day with panels and keynote speakers and all kinds of things. So you're all invited. If you want to find out about it, let me know. And then, of course, the wonderful thing at the end of the day will be the Foundation Awards dinner at Irvine Valley College, which we're looking forward to. And if you don't have your ticket for that, you better get one for that too. Anyway, thank you very much. And now, from our veteran, our very own veteran, student trustee Blake Leonard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Since our last meeting, I had the distinct privilege and honor of going to the 18th annual NatCon in Colorado Springs, where Saddleback became the first community college in its history to win Chapter of the Year. This is not just a reflection of how amazing the students are, but how incredible our advisors, Colin Williams, Melanie Smith, Kimia, and Penny are for supporting us and attending and seeing how student veterans really get down. And ultimately, I am super proud and honored to have been in the presence of all of you. It's honestly been the best thing being at Saddleback is being a part of that chapter. I am surrounded by the highest performing individuals, and the support we get, especially from Colin, is something that cannot be put into words. He has helped so many student veterans during the really, really rough transition process of doing this education thing and transitioning into civilian life. So Colin, thank you so much for all that you do for us. I am truly blessed to have you in my life. Now that the sob story's over, I look forward to being at the CCLC with my fellow trustees. I look forward to it all. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to Associated Student Government Reports. Noah Aguilar. Okay, is someone here for him or?
Yes, hi.
Oh, okay, thank you.
My name is Elise Ho, and I'm Vice President of Student Government. Unfortunately, Noah couldn't make it today because he's in class at IVC. But I would like to start off my report and mention that we passed funding, and we will actually be going on a trip to DC for student advocacy, along with a total of 11 people that were specifically interviewed and accepted via their application. We also have a car meet coming up where we will be having boba and burgers this early February. ASG is doing extremely well, and we're currently at our fullest capacity at about 83 people, with the highest club engagement so far. We are also thinking about next year and currently in election season, in which case I will be hosting information sessions, candidate meetings, meeting your candidate events, and dispersing information as widely as I can to the student body, since anyone can run for a student position. You don't have to be in student government. And I would also like to mention that the first day starting this 2-week campaign timeline is February 10th, and the first official voting day is the 24th. Amongst our multiple committees, sustainability is having a campus-wide bottle drive, which will help Colette's Children's Home by funding off of the funds via the bottles. Next, ASG will be showing up to tailgate a basketball game on Valentine's Day, and we will also be doing a Black History Month kickoff, having an involvement fair tomorrow, and we will also be having an event every day since last week and this week as part of our Welcome Week events, where we have game night, and we're going to have our events starting to be more in the evening, so then we can also entertain our nighttime students that are in nursing, EMT, or adult education. This is all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have Maba Ahmad from IVC.
So hello, my name is Anika Joshi. I'm the Chief Justice for ASIVC. I'm here in place of Maba today. So last week, ASIVC held Welcome Week. So we had a bunch of events like resource fair, game night, movie night, etc. And notably, we held a town hall event where IVC students came and were able to ask questions to ASIVC officers. And we had a total of 59 students come and ask a question in exchange for a sweet treat. And we will be taking all the feedback and discussing it at our legislative meeting next week. Additionally, we are sending 4 student officers to DC for the SSCCC federal advocacy trip. Our executive board decided this year to send 4 students rather than 6 because we want to send some students to Sacramento for March in March at the state capitol. Additionally, ASIVC will be going through parliamentary procedure training this Friday, so all ASIVC officers and club officers will be doing that. And then our election season just started today, so our application open. We will be having informational sessions, orientation, and a meet and greet for all the candidates. And I'm the chair of the elections committee, so I'm overseeing all of that. And overall, we are off to a really great start this semester. Oh, lastly, we also are holding Club Day next Wednesday, where over 70 student organizations at IVC will be participating, and students will have a chance to join one of their clubs/student organizations. And that is all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Saddleback College Academic Senate, Frank Gonzalez.
Thank you, President Inman. I know Colin, Colin's still here, so I just wanted to say congratulations. Super proud of you guys. I know it's well-deserved. I also wanted to thank Vice President Tramvo Kumamoto as we were able to submit our first baccalaureate application for a medical lab technologist. And so this is just the first half of many halves. So cross our fingers, right? Cross it. And then we did have a wonderful Flex Week. So thank you to everybody who presented during Flex Week. And if there was one theme at Flex Week, I'd have to say it was AI. And what we really saw was that faculty and staff are both in desire of not only additional training and professional development on how they can use AI to make their classes more modern and more productive, but there's also a lot of fear and a lot of stress about the academic integrity portion that a lot of our humanities faculty are dealing with. So we're hoping to really tackle that in this semester and get people on board. I know Kim DRC and Kim Stankovich and all the Kims at Saddleback have a wide array of professional development that's coming up. So I want to thank them for that. We have not had our first academic senate meeting yet. That is tomorrow. But on the agenda are some hot topics like trying to finalize some AI guidelines for the district and the colleges and employees. The middle college high school, we're putting together an advisory board. They will have their first cohort starting in the fall of 30 students. And we will be expanding the number of part-time senators that we have on our Senate. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you. Rebecca Beck is not here. Summer Serpis for the Academic Senate at IVC.
Hi, Rebecca asked me to share that the IVC Academic Senate is actively working on developing a structured advisory approach to incorporating the student voice into the full-time faculty hiring process. This work is still moving through the review stages, and our Senate is being thoughtful about alignment with policy, equity, and consistency. We are looking forward to how this process continues to unfold and to the conversations it will support around student engagement and institutional responsibility. Rebecca asked me to extend our sincere thanks to Vice Chancellor Viscachill for her guidance, expertise, and steady support through this work, and to Dr. Hernandez for his openness to dialogue and continued collaboration as we move this forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Faculty Association, Robert Melendez.
Hello and good evening. So in this ever-changing world, especially in education, I just wanted to point out that the Faculty Association, the faculty as a whole, value and appreciate the investment that the district has made in sabbaticals. It's great seeing that we have 12 different sabbaticals on the board agenda for approval tonight. The research that goes into this, the self-development, the innovation faculty put towards this, and how it really does impact both colleges, I think is very important. And I know and hope that continues here at our district as we move forward. And just to highlight a couple of the areas, because I think it's kind of cool to see the diversity there. We have AI, we have student success, immigration, chemistry, dance, orchestra, dual enrollment, and engineering, just to name a handful. So it's all over the board, and it's all over the board as far as the impact of that research and what value it's going to play here at the district. Along with that, talking about faculty and their kind of investments to the district, I just want to kind of make a mention of two faculty that are retiring, and both of them played big roles at both colleges. The first one, Patricia Beckman, who was a little over 13 years at IVC and really helped develop the digital media program over there. And then Randy Hardick, who really did a ton with the EMT program. When I was looking at some of the stuff, I was reminded about even an ambulance that he was able to secure years ago for the program. So 21 years within the district, let alone that program, obviously has a lot of impact to the college and the district as a whole.
Thank you. Irvine Valley College Classified Senate, Brianna Bell.
Good evening, Chancellor Barnes and members of the Board of Trustees. Tonight, I have the pleasure to represent IVC's Classified Senate as President-elect. First, Classified Senate would like to extend a special thank you to Angela Mahaney of the Vice President of Student Services Office for her 17 years of organizing and supporting the welcome booths each semester. She is retiring from organizing this event, and we'd also like to thank Haley King from the Vice President of Administrative Services Office, Vanira from Admissions and Records, and Jessica also from the Vice President of Student Services for additional support during this event. Second, we'd like to announce that the Classified Senate Executive Board has planned their event calendar for spring of 2026, which included the first General Assembly on January 8th and includes an open house event on January 23rd. This event will provide a space and time for classified professionals to connect with their colleagues, learn about professional development opportunities and resources, and engage in shared governance. On February 11th, Classified Senate will host a workshop titled You Deserve This, where classified professionals can engage in shared governance opportunities, highlighting self-care and collaboration with colleagues to enhance satisfaction with their job and the work environment, professional growth, and their capacity to contribute to student success. Finally, I'd like to announce that the application for Classified of the Year has opened. It opened on January 15th and will close on January 30th for review. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you. Saddleback Classified Senate, Georgina Martinez.
Good evening, Chancellor Barnes and the Board of Trustees. Last semester asked a lot from us and from our students. I'm not only talking about the technical transitions we endured, but the changing political landscape that instilled uncertainty and fear in many of our students and employees. Real fear about their futures, their families, their sense of belonging, and their safety. Classified professionals often are the first point of contact for students during those moments. We listened, we reassured, we connected students to resources. We held space for anxiety, grief, and uncertainty while continuing to show up with compassion and steadiness. I am proud of the strength and resilience of the classified professionals at this district. But resilience is not the same as being unaffected, and strength doesn't mean we didn't feel the weight of it. For this semester, Classified Senate would like to focus on restoration, restoring our energy, restoring trust in ourselves and each other. As Classified Senate, we are committed to committing spaces and that support connection, recognition, professional growth, and moments of joy. So the theme of our upcoming Professional Development Day is rest, refocusing on education and students together. The strategy of holding space to support connection, recognition, and restoration ensures that we can continue to best serve the students. Thank you.
Thank you. That was very moving. California School Employees Association, Desiree Ortiz.
Thank you. Good evening, Chancellor Barnes, trustees, and campus community. Happy New Year to everyone. On the theme, I want to take a moment to once again express our sincere gratitude for the additional 2 days during the winter break. I know I sent you an email, but across the district and on both of our college campuses, we continue to work diligently and collaboratively to create caring environments, not only for our students, but for one another as well. Our collective efforts demonstrate how deeply we care about the success and well-being of our entire district community. The extra time off was truly a gift, one that allowed us to rest, reconnect with our families, and recharge. As many of us dedicate countless hours to supporting our students and colleagues, having the opportunity to pause and be fully present with our loved ones was invaluable. That time to unwind and rejuvenate helped each of us return refreshed, re-energized, and ready to continue giving our best to the most important work we do together. Truly, the gift of time and well-being is one of the most meaningful gestures of appreciation. So to Trustee Bartlett's theme, being able to do the things maybe we couldn't do during the school year was amazing. So thank you all once again for your thoughtfulness and generosity. It made a real difference for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Police Officers Association, Lance Christensen.
Yeah, over the holiday, it was relatively calm, but we were here, and luckily we just, it's nice knowing that when we have students and staff in crisis, you know, we have some great partners here, and I rely very heavily on Cindy Viscachill's office and then student services. The network you guys have set up has really made a difference, and I don't know if you guys see that, because a lot of stuff we deal with is confidential, you know, and it's kind of behind, you know, stuff that we don't bring out in an open forum. But this is a busy campus, both here and IVC, and this place didn't stop over the holidays. But it was a good holiday. Nothing too tragic.
Thank you. Okay, number 5 is public hearings, and there aren't any. Number 6, resolutions. Trustee Prendergast, would you read the resolutions, please?
Okay. Agenda item 6.1, a resolution recognizing and honoring Black History Month. Whereas Black History Month is observed annually during the month of February to recognize, honor, and celebrate the significant contributions, achievements, resilience, and leadership of Black Americans throughout United States history. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the South Orange County Community College District hereby recognizes and honors Black History Month and affirms its commitment to celebrating Black history, culture, and excellence. And be it further resolved that the board encourages students, faculty, staff, and community members to participate in educational programs, events, and activities that promote awareness, reflection, and meaningful engagement during Black History Month and throughout the year. And be it finally resolved that this recognition reflects South Orange County Community College District's ongoing commitment to equity, inclusion, and the educational mission of empowering all students to thrive. Call for a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by Trustee Dack and seconded by Trustee Milchiker. Please vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote with student trustee voting yes as well. 6.2.
Agenda item 6.2, a resolution recognizing the cultural and historical significance of Lunar New Year 2026. Whereas Lunar New Year is a significant cultural celebration observed by millions of people around the world, including communities of Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, and other East and Southeast Asian heritage, marking the beginning of a new year based on the lunar calendar. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the South Orange County Community College District hereby recognizes cultural and historical significance of Lunar New Year 2026, and be it further resolved that the board affirms its support for educational and cultural activities that highlight the traditions, histories, and contributions of Asian and Asian American communities. Be it finally resolved that this recognition reflects South Orange County Community College District's ongoing commitment to diversity, equity, inclusion, and the celebration of the many cultures that enrich the district and its communities. Call for a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second?
It's been moved by Trustee Dack, seconded by Trustee Bartlett. Please vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote with student trustee also voting yes. Thank you. Number 7 is the Board of Trustees and the Chancellor. 7.1 is Board Policy Revision for Accept and Review.
So moved.
I'm sorry, was that?
I move
Okay,
for approval.
thank you.
Second.
It has been moved by Trustee Jamal and seconded by Trustee Dack. Please vote.
I'll just hold my question till next, the opportunity for all of you to read it. I have several questions on the policies.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't see you. This would be the time to talk about it. Because next time we'll just vote. We can't change anything next time.
Okay, so I have to get rid of this.
Is that okay? We have to go back?
No, I haven't voted yet.
You're still under discussion. Yeah, it'll just be, okay.
Okay, I wanted to go to 5200. And that is the student health services. And I think it's important with is the red new and added to the student health paragraph in the front? Okay, then I don't have a real problem with that. Because what's in red really talks about the cost and the expenditures or the waivers, et cetera. So that's good if it all stays. Yeah, okay, very good. And then I had one more, I have to get to it again. Okay. Let me see here. Should have written this down. Okay, I'll just pass on that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. If there is no other discussion, we'll vote.
Didn't come back. Should I refresh?
In the top right corner.
I got it. He's right.
Wait,
Good call.
Yep. Right-hand corner, where?
I think I did.
It's
Right
in
here?
the top right
Show,
corner.
okay. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, I see it. Okay,
Just found what I
thank you.
wanted to say.
The motion carries on a 7-0 vote with student trustee also voting yes. Okay, number 8, presentations. 8.1, presentation and acceptance of the district ATEP Facilities Corporation, Irvine Valley Foundation, Saddleback Foundation, and Foundation for South Orange County Community College District. Presentation.
Hi there. I want to introduce Brandon Harrison. He's here from Eid Bailey to do the presentation on our audit reports.
Thank you, Connie. Good evening. My name is Brandon Harrison. I am an audit partner with Eid Bailey. I oversee the 5 audits that we're going to go over tonight. I will not go through each detail, each one. I'll go through the summary of the information to save you all the time. I am going to first start with the district audit report. The responsibilities is management's responsibilities. These financials are management's. Our responsibility is to be independent and provide an opinion over the financial statements. For the district, we actually issue 3 audit opinions. We issue one over the financial statements, over the federal awards, and the state compliance. If you don't want to read the 105-page report, I think a great start is always going to be the management discussion and analysis. That's going to be on page 5. That's going to show you comparative information. It's going to show you in the narrative form is prepared by management, and we make sure that information is consistent with the financial statements as well. So for the financial statements for the district this year, we issued unmodified opinion. We had no material weaknesses, no significant deficiencies, or no material noncompliance. For the federal awards, this is where the federal government requires us to look at certain programs. This year, we looked at the Student Financial Assistance Cluster and the Career Tech Program as well, so that accounts for 92% of your total federal dollars. We issued no material weaknesses. We had one comment that we have, and I'll go over in a second. We had an unmodified opinion as well, and that's the best opinion you can receive. And then at the end, we issued an opinion over the state compliance. This is every year the state chancellor's office puts requirements out that we have to look for some of the monies that are received by the college. It's going to be like the residency. We verify that those students are being properly classified. We look at your 50% law and your DSPS, and we issued an unmodified opinion and no findings within the state compliance. The one comment that we had over the district was a calculation error that was noted in the eligibility of a student. There's only 2 out of the 40 students that we tested. It's a requirement. If we have any deficiencies, we have to note those, but it was not materials for the program, so we did not qualify the program. Management had corrected it, so there was no under awarding of the students. The students did receive the actual funds there as well. So overall, the district received a really good audit report. No audit adjustments to report to you all as well this year.
Good. Yes. Yeah.
Questions or discussion from the board?
He answered it.
Okay, anybody? Okay, time to vote then? Oh, wait, we need a motion.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Jamal. Please vote.
The vote is for each report, or, because I think Brandon's just covered,
One, I have 4 more.
he has 4 more, so I'm just
Oh.
curious. That's what I'm asking. So I think we would
we
vote
vote
at
on
the
each?
end, correct?
Seems that's the way the item
It was presented as.
So not individual reports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's.
All right.
Still moved.
We'll just have,
If you're motioning
mean-
a second to talk about it, but it's, I thought they were.
I guess this is the discussion part.
It's procedural. You can't discuss it unless it's been moved and seconded.
Okay, I
So-
thought you had called for a vote, that's what it
No.
was. Okay, got it.
No,
okay.
okay, it doesn't matter, but we're good.
Now you can talk.
All right. The next ones are going to be even quicker. The next one that I'm going to go through is the ATEP Facilities Corporation. We issued an unmodified opinion over that as well, much smaller. We do a review for this, $25,000 in net assets. We verify that the reconciliations are completed correctly. We did have an update to the financial statement presentation for this one to be more in line with the district as the corporation continues to grow. But again, a clean audit, no audit adjustments, no findings, and an unmodified opinion. That was the ATEP one. I will go through the Irvine Valley Foundation. It's going to become repetitive. We issued another unmodified opinion over there. With the foundations, we look at all the contributions that come into the foundation. We verify that the donor restrictions are properly classified and the use of those funds are properly used as well. For the Irvine Valley College Foundation, we issued an unmodified opinion and no audit findings there as well. The next one, Saddleback College, very similar to Irvine Valley College. We performed the same procedures over there. Again, we issued an unmodified opinion, another clean audit, no audit adjustments there as well.
Good.
The last one, very, very small, Foundation for South Orange Community College District. We issued unmodified opinion. We do a review over this financial statements as well. No audit adjustments and no findings. This is the one that has approximately about $22,000 in net assets. So another clean audit there as well. So overall, the reports were very clean. We appreciate management's help, and I always let everyone know, especially board members, know that an audit is not just finance. We deal with a lot of individuals throughout the campuses, and we really did appreciate all the help and support that we had from your management team and your staff members. Thank you all.
Okay. At this point, are there any questions?
Let me just add, I'm back on the audit committee, so the lack of questions does not mean there hasn't been a rigorous review. It was presented. And so I just want that noted, and good job to you, your firm, and we're district service as well, and the foundations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? All right, now we have presentations from the two foundations. Oh, sorry. I don't. Yes.
Good evening.
They're still going to vote.
I'm
They're still
sorry.
voting on the last
sorry.
item. Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. It was my fault.
I was watching.
The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. And now it's time for our foundations.
Okay, thank you. Good evening and Happy New Year. I'm Dr. Elizabeth McCann, Executive Director of Saddleback College Foundation. Thank you for the opportunity to present the Foundation's highlights from fiscal year 24-25. I'm going to breeze through the financial slides because I know you've all read those very impressive audited financial statements that you just heard about. So first is our financial position, and this slide shows the total support and revenue to Saddleback College Foundation in fiscal year 24-25, which was over $4.3 million. Expenses for the foundation were just over $2.7 million, with a significant portion dedicated to Saddleback College's students and programs. Saddleback College Foundation's net assets increased by over $1.6 million in 24-25. Next are our net assets. Saddleback College Foundation's net assets were at $15,337,836 at the close of our last fiscal year. And as noted in the previous slide, our net assets increased by over $1.6 million. This slide represents our endowments. The yellow line shows the endowments managed by our investment managers, Greystone Consulting, and they are just under $8.4 million. The orange line represents our Osher endowments that were raised by Saddleback College Foundation, but they're managed by the Foundation for California Community Colleges so that we could get a match from the Osher Foundation. And they're just shy of $1.1 million. The red line represents the total of $9,441,163. This next chart shows the scholarships awarded by Saddleback College Foundation over the past 5 years. The numbers are affected annually by our endowment payout, which is based on a 3-year average, and thankfully our investments are up a bit over prior fiscal years. In fact, our December investment statement showed $9 million in Saddleback managed funds alone. The payout is also impacted by the foundation's adoption of more responsible disbursement practices that are in keeping with our investment managers' recommendations and also our investment policy that further protects the longevity of our endowment. And like IVC's foundation, in fiscal year 21-22, we took over the management and disbursement of agency scholarships to Saddleback students. And these are scholarships that are awarded to our students by outside agencies and are separate from our selection process. And as you can see, that the work managing and dispersing these agency scholarships has increased by nearly tenfold over the past 4 years. Total scholarship funds disbursed to Saddleback students by the foundation is just under $800,000, and we're already projecting a higher amount for this current fiscal year, so we're very excited about that. This next slide shows the direct support from Saddleback College Foundation that benefits our district and college. In fiscal year 24-25, the foundation invested nearly $1.9 million in the college, its students, programs, and facilities. So next, I'd like to just share a few highlights from this past fiscal year. This slide summarizes the direct financial support to Saddleback College Foundation awarded to students. In fiscal year 24-25, direct monetary support to Saddleback students totaled over $829,000. This total includes the foundation's scholarships, direct foundation monetary awards to students that come in the form of awards and book support, gift cards, and then also those agency scholarships. Next are our scholarship and student support funds. Fiscal year 24-25 was a busy year securing additional support to our students. We obtained 11 new scholarships and student support funds, and you can see them all listed here. Our work securing new scholarships for our students never ends, just as their needs for support are boundless. On our gifts of note, we highlight several of our most significant gifts of 24-25. A $300,000 estate gift from Elizabeth Rose to our emeritus program. An estate gift of over $200,000 from Hannah Kreinica that created an endowed fund to provide emergency housing support for our amazing student veterans. 2 gifts totaling $130,000 from the California Community Foundation that provides scholarships for our outstanding nursing students. A gift of $100,000 from the Sue J. Gross Foundation for scholarships for nursing students. And an unrestricted gift of $100,000 from RX3 Growth Partners, and they're a local venture capital firm in our community. And as you can see, many more significant gifts this past fiscal year that supported a wide variety of programs. Next is our gala. I know you're probably all excited to hear about our amazing gala at Saddleback at ATEP. First, I just want to thank all of you who attended. This was the best trustee turnout in this almost 7 years that I've served at Saddleback College Foundation. We're so grateful that so many of you were able to join us. 2025 marked another record-breaking Saddleback College Foundation Gala. It was our second highest grossing in 25 years of gala history. In total, we raised $312,250, which is over $40,000 more than we raised last year. And next year's, or actually I should say this year's gala will be on Saturday, October 10th, 2026 at our new Math and Computer Science building. It will be another one to remember. And just some thanks. I really want to thank my fantastic team, Paula Barrow, Emily Kramer, Andrew Hum, and Dana Taylor. They are truly the best. I also want to thank the foundation's fantastic, dedicated board of directors. And most important, I need to thank my incredible boss, Dr. Elliot Stern. He is an absolute dream partner for the foundation, and we could not be luckier to have a better champion and leader. We will miss him, but we are thrilled for him on his well-deserved retirement and are grateful for the 7+ years of support and partnership. And of course, tremendous thanks to our Board of Trustees and the district's wonderful leaders and colleagues. We truly could not do this work without you. Thank you so much.
We'll just share. Good evening. My name is Alyssa Oransky, and for the past 10.5 years, I've had the honor of serving as the executive director of the Irvine Valley College Foundation. Tonight, I am joined by the board treasurer, Karen Moran, who is going to co-present. And since she's the treasurer, she decided she would do the audited financials, and I'd get to do what I consider the fun part of the event, or presentation.
Thanks, Alyssa. In the interest of time, since we've all heard a lot about the audited financials and seen a lot of numbers on graphs, I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. But I want to just highlight one thing. Keep in mind that behind every number are economic transactions, and behind all those economic transactions are many incredible stories of incredible generosity and impact that the foundations have. So turning back to the numbers, this slide shows our overall financial position. The most important takeaway from this slide is that our total assets increased by nearly $800,000 over the last year. This slide shows our growth in net assets in visual form. They grew by almost 15% and hit a new record of $6 million. This shows our overall endowment holdings. It includes what is invested and what is available to spend. However, the true impact is shown on the next slide. Growing the IVC endowment is one of the board's priorities. Endowments are the foundation for perpetual gifts. Through the annual payout, the endowments provide scholarship and programmatic support. Simply put, the bigger the endowment, the bigger the impact. I'm pleased to report that since we prepared the slide,
I went too fast.
I'm pleased to report that since we prepared the slide, we have received an additional $140,000 in endowment contributions.
Oh.
Another important focus area for the board is the direct student support that we provide through scholarships and emergency fund awards. As you can see, the amount we award in scholarships has grown tremendously. Last year, we awarded almost $900,000 of scholarships, which is a 23% year-over-year increase. This slide represents two kinds of scholarships: outside or pass-through scholarships, which is the blue bar, and IVC scholarships in orange. The orange bar shows the scholarships that IVC administers, and the numbers in front of you illustrate that we awarded $32,000 more in scholarships this year than we did last year. Looking ahead, we expect continued growth in the scholarship awards, as we have already received $150,000 from 2 organizations earmarked for scholarships. As an auxiliary organization, the foundation is required to reimburse the district for our expenses. This slide provides you with an accounting of how the IVC Foundation funds and activities benefit the college and the district. As a board member generally, and as a treasurer specifically, two things stand out to me. The first being, one, the growth in the endowment and the realized investment income, which provide the long-term and short-term funding so the IVC Foundation can continue to support many generations of students to come. And two, we have a very active and very engaged board of volunteers that serve to extend the capability of the small but mighty IVC Foundation team. The collective contributions of this group, plus the in-kind gifts received by the foundation, enable even greater impact at zero cost. The next two slides are the most exciting. This year, we secured 17 new endowments prior to winter break. And additionally, Alyssa let me know that they secured 4 over the winter break. Clearly, they were busy during that time. Those will appear on next year's report. Maybe you should give a few extra days off every year to see what Alyssa can do next year.
Get it back.
I'd also like to highlight one of these gifts, the Dr. Sanjay Gupta Math Endowed Scholarship. In 2018, a community member approached Alyssa about starting a new scholarship. He shared that a dear friend had trouble passing a math class at another institution. She came to IVC, took the same class with Dr. Gupta, and passed with flying colors. He was so impressed with the teaching style that he started the scholarship to thank and honor Dr. Gupta. When Dr. Gupta learned of this generosity, he was incredibly moved and started contributing to the scholarship himself with the goal of creating an endowment so that it will support students in perpetuity. While we have a number of consistent contributors giving $10,000 or more annually, we wanted to highlight some new gifts. I won't go through all of them listed here, but what's really impressive to me is the diversity of the gifts and their varied areas of support. Everything from scholarships to research support to programmatic enhancement. As I mentioned at the beginning, these numbers all represent, a transaction or a balance at a point in time. But what isn't captured on this slide is the true impact of what these gifts will do in the future. We look forward to sharing those stories with you as they come. Thank you for your time, and I'll turn it over to Alyssa to share some additional highlights.
Thank you, Karen. And yes, it does get confusing with the two Karens on my team and the Karen as the treasurer, but we figured it out. So this year we had a number of great highlights, but we just selected 4 to focus on during our presentation. Last year, we held our annual gala celebrating excellence, and we received $200,000 in contributions through the event, which set a new record. Just like Liz, here's my save the date. Ours is coming up very soon, and thank you, Trustee Inman, for the pitch at the beginning. Friday, March 6th at the Marconi Auto Museum. We will be honoring 2 retirees and the hub for professional development at IVC, and the 2 retirees are Bill Hewitt and Don Rickner. The annual scholarship award ceremony was another successful event. If you have not attended in the past, I encourage you to do so this year. Scholarship representatives and recipients are seated together at tables, and the interactions are incredibly moving. We also do not ask for money at the event, which is a little bit of a change for us and very nice. Then we go on to one of my team's favorites, which is Giving Day. We started it in 2020 because we were obviously home and wanted to do something new. The event took off in a way that I don't think any of us ever expected, and it grows year over year. And this year was no exception. We received almost $174,000 through 251 gifts. And mark your calendar for next year, October 15, 2026. For those of you who don't know, the reason this event is so successful is we offer a 2-to-1 match that day. For every $2 donated, we match it with $1 up to a $500 match per account. We also, 4 years ago, we held our first retiree reunion. And the event has grown. When they first walked in, they all seemed a little nervous, and now they all come in with big smiles. And John, actually, President Hernandez described them as being a little bit giddy. They're so excited to see each other. We handed out this, we provided this handout at the event, and I'm sharing it tonight to show the incredible growth we've had over the past 10 years. I don't need to read the numbers to you, but they definitely tell a story. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, is the slide with our Board of Governors. The people you see on the screen are constantly and consistently working behind the scenes to ensure we fulfill our minute message, which is the IVC Foundation believes in contributing to a meaningful experience that enhances teaching and learning at IVC. Every day, we cultivate resources because we strive to provide access to an exceptional education and a caring campus community. We appreciate all of your support, both the trustees, the administrators, of course, my team, and my board. And now, if you have any questions.
Are there any questions or comments? Congratulations, both of you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, we are now,
Do we vote on that?
do we vote on it? No.
It's just a presentation.
Voted on the last presentation.
You're right, we did. Yeah.
I don't know. Are we supposed to vote on it? No. I don't know what they, Ryan, what are you saying? Are we supposed, there's no vote? Okay, thank you. Let's move on then to consent calendar. Are there any items that trustees want to pull?
I have a couple.
Yes, oh, go ahead, TJ.
Okay, TJ?
9.13 and 9.15.
Okay, 9.13 and 9.15. Trustee Jamal?
9.11.
9.11. Are there any other polls? Okay, let's vote on the remaining items.
Need a motion?
Oh, sorry.
I motion the balance of the consent calendar.
Second.
It has been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Rydell. Let's go ahead and vote. Just sit here. I've got 9.11. Okay. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with the student trustee also voting yes. We will now deal with the consent items that were pulled. Let's start with 9.11, pulled by trustee Jamal.
Thank you. I pulled it not to criticize, but to congratulate. It was in this item that I saw an internship program hosted by Snyder Langston, which is a general contractor that is based here in Southern California and funded the internship program. I understand is going to be funded by the Samuel A. Foundation. I'm not sure exactly how many interns we have, maybe Dr. Sir, how many?
It's 2 interns, both engineering students.
So I think this is fabulous and congratulations. So I just pulled it for that reason.
Thank you so much. 9.1, do we vote on?
I move the item.
I will second.
It's been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Dack. Please vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. Let's move to 9.13, trustee Jamal. No, trustee Prendergast.
The other TJ.
Other TJ.
Yeah, similar to trustee Jamal, I'm pulling this to highlight it. Just the fact that we have projects that got finished, and I think we should be happy about that and not bury it in the 25 consent items. So I will move this item.
It's been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Milchiker. Is there any other discussion? Is it a question, or should we go on to the vote? Okay, let's vote, please.
I already did.
The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. Now we are at 9.15. Trustee Prendergast.
I pulled this one because like many of you, I assume we got an email right before the meeting that I forwarded to the chancellor, and I wanted to give staff an opportunity to respond to some of the questions that were in the email.
All right, so I think this is going to be Dr. Stern, 9.15.
I will ask Vice President Garcia to head toward the podium to assist me with a little bit more details, but I believe the email had to do with a new position, as this is the one for Director, College, Capital Planning and the Facilities.
It was at both colleges. It had to do with, I don't remember the exact.
It's the college, Director of College Facilities, I believe.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Look it up real quick. FMO director position.
So again,
at each college.
At each college, and I'll speak for Saddleback, though I think many of those rationale are going to apply at IBC. So for one thing, we are funding a change in position and creating this new position by dissolving a position that had been vacant for an administrator in FMO for some time. So rather than filling that, we're using the funding to create this new position, though this does require some financial augmentation to create the new higher level position. Why we need that position at this time, I'm going to ask Vice President Garcia to address.
Okay, thank you, President Stern. We have two descriptions here, so we want to make sure we're not confusing both of them. So there's two new job classification. One of them, which is the one you just mentioned, the Director of College Facilities. That is the actual current position that we currently had that we reworked with HR so both campuses could be aligned, because previously we had two different positions. We had an executive director at Saddleback College, and we had just a director of facilities at IVC. So basically, in that position, we're just aligning both colleges for the position to be the same at both sites. The other position that I wanted to focus on was the new classification for the director of college capital planning. So that is a new position that neither campuses have. One of the rationales that we are at Saddleback College that we're looking to incorporate this into our structure is meeting oversight capacity through the acceleration volume of projects that we currently have. The bandwidth of one director is no longer feasible for them to really be at all these coordination meetings for not only operation and maintenance, but also our capital projects. So by splitting these two duties, that will help us make sure that we have our directors involved in and primarily most of our critical projects, and making sure that they're there when they have to do any of our milestones that we have or any decisions that we have to make sure. We want to make sure that we're always at these meetings. So that's one of the reasons why we want to restructure. Another one is specialized focus. The campus infrastructure, as it grows in complexity and as it ages, we need to make sure that we also that we're able to focus on planning and coordinating not only for projects, but maintenance and operations. A lot of folks always think of planning and coordinating only on our major projects, and they forget that there's a lot of planning and coordination when it comes to operations and in our maintenance. Currently, we have probably $2-3 million worth of maintenance projects that we have planned, that because of our bandwidth, we probably, it might take us a year, 2-3 years to execute, just because we do not have the capacity to coordinate these. Institutional continuity is another one. Both of these directors would be working closely together, which fosters a cross-training. So we, when people go on vacations, leave, or actually when we have real high peak in our projects, we'll be able to support and have the adequate personnel there when we're needing to address some of these issues. Last month, the board approved a contract or an action amendment to one of our vendors, Cordova, which actually added consultants to be able to help us out with specific projects and some of these things. This restructure will also help us minimize in relying on external vendors to help us with a lot of this coordination and with a lot of these planning sessions. So that's one of the other reasons. Just to give you just a quick rundown on some of the things we're doing. So currently we have about $600,000 worth of small projects. That's about 87 projects that we're dealing with right now. And we have probably another $6 million of larger projects. And this does not include the district-run projects that we're also involved in, because as of the users, we're also involved in a lot of these planning meetings and coordination meetings. As President Stern mentioned, we do currently have an associate director that is vacant, that we're using that budget to fund primarily most of this position. When we did the analysis, the additional cost is about $89,000. That's including benefits, and we analyze it at the highest range. So that's really the highest cost. This fund, the budget is actually being budgeted at a redevelopment funds. This new position would also be budgeted at a redevelopment funds, so it does not affect the general fund. So that's basically most of the questions that emailed had and addressed. I mean, I'm open to any questions or any clarification that the board might have.
And if I can just emphasize before that, no new manager positions are being created with these two changes. One is a reclassification to align the colleges. The second is a new position being funded mostly by dissolving an open position.
And that's the same for IVC?
IVC is not proceeding with the second position, the Director of Capital.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only applies to Saddleback.
Perfect. All right.
Okay,
That I think addresses the issue, and I'll go ahead and make a motion on the item.
I'll second it, but I have a question.
It's been moved and seconded, moved by Trustee Prendergast and seconded by Trustee Jamal. So Trustee Jamal.
So I'm glad you raised it. So about the issue of reliance or over-reliance or reliance on external vendors to help us with project management, because I think that's the question I had asked. I think I've asked it several times when these positions have come up. So because you raised it, I hope in the coming months, maybe you won't be here, Elliot, but in the coming months, we're going to see evidence of a less of a reliance on external vendors for our project management.
That is the goal.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any other discussion?
I have a question.
Yes, Chair.
Can I ask you, did you say the limit for salary was $96,000?
No, that's the additional cost between eliminating the current position and reclassifying to the current position.
Thanks for explaining that. I didn't think you'd find anybody for $96,000.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, so since it's been moved and seconded, let's vote on 9.15. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. Okay, number 10 is business services, and welcome Connie Kavanaugh. It's nice to have you here. 10.1 is to adopt a resolution that's in agreement with Cox Communication, etc.
So moved.
I'm sorry, who?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved by Trustee Prendergast
Second.
Seconded by trustee Bartlett. Is there any discussion?
I do have a question. So, knowing that this is in my backyard, are we looking potentially down the line for a similar easement? I know Citywide Fiber is expanding tremendously in the area. And I know they're a direct competitor to Cox Communications. I'm just curious if there's been any approach from them and if we're just going to wind up digging up the same dirt again for them.
So this is specific to the Advantech project. So, and it's in our property, and then they went with Cox. So it's very specific, project specific, and it's in our property. So that's why. So
Advantech has decided they want to use Cox Communications for their internal operations.
Correct.
And we're just
correct. And then the infrastructure, Cox happened to be the most vibrant there, so that's why they chose that as well.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Okay, let's vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. 10.2 is the declaration of intention to enter into an agreement with Southern California Edison for ATAP and conduct a public hearing. Do we have a motion?
Move the item.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Bartlett and seconded by trustee Dack. Is there any discussion? Questions? Okay, let's.
Yeah, I have a question. So I'm a little confused about the public hearing part. We are going to then, in a future meeting, conduct a public hearing, or SCE does a public hearing?
No, we do, and this is essentially the notice to hold a public hearing in February.
Got it.
Okay, any other questions or discussion? Let's vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. Okay, 10.3, award of a master environmental consultant services agreement for work orders, H2 environmental consulting services, et cetera. Is there a motion?
So moved.
And?
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Dack. Is there any discussion? Questions? Okay, let's vote. Motion carries on a 7-0 vote, with student trustee also voting yes. Okay, number 11, Human Resources. Welcome, Karen Dubert. So these are readouts, so 11.1. It says, we don't read out like that. Okay, so we just have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Prendergast and seconded by trustee Dack. Any discussion? Let's vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote. 11.2, California School Employees Association Memorandum of Understanding.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Jamal and seconded by trustee Dack. Is there discussion? Okay, let's vote, please. Motion carries on a 7-0 vote. 11.3, South Orange County Community College District Classified Personnel Actions, Ratifications, Regular Items. A motion? Motion.
So moved.
Second? I second it. Okay, it's been moved by trustee Dack and seconded by trustee Inman. Is there any discussion? Trustee Milchiker?
Yes, that Marlene Stace from the Disabled Student Program at Saddleback. I just wanted to mention a very long employee, Marlene Stace from the Disabled Student Program at Saddleback College, has been working in this very important program for over 29 years, so we thank her for her service to Saddleback College. Thank you. And also, I want to thank Executive Director Dubert for answering all my questions today. Thank you.
You're welcome, trustee.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion or questions? Let's vote, please. Motion carries on a 7-0 vote. Number 11.4, academic employees and management personnel actions. Is there a motion?
So moved.
I do have one administrative contract.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Position Dean of Students, employee name Dr. Armane Deragishian, contract dates January 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027, range 22, step 4, annual salary $232,548.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
It's been moved by trustee Rydell and seconded by trustee Prendergast. Is that right? I think that's right, yeah. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I know Professor Melendez actually mentioned these two people, but Patricia Beckman, who's a very fine instructor of digital media at Irvine Valley, over 13 years, is retiring, and Randy Hardick from the Emergency Medical Technician Department, who's been teaching there over 21 years and was well respected in that area. So I go along with Professor Melendez in thanking these people for their service to the district.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments, discussion, questions? Okay, we have a motion, so let's vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote. Okay, we are now at, just a moment, number 12, Educational and Technology Services, Vice Chancellor Dr. Chris McDonald.
I don't have any comments beyond what was discussed in closed session for the item.
Okay. So this is 12.
I called you about
Excuse
it
me.
earlier.
Final action in public session. Do we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Prendergast, seconded by trustee Dack. Let's vote. The motion carries on a 7-0 vote with student trustee also voting yes. Okay, number 13 is information items. 13.1, staff response to public comment. Number 2, monthly financial status report from the district. Number 3, Saddleback College and Irvine Valley College speakers. Let's move then to 14, reports, and we start with the chancellor.
All right, well, nice to see everyone. Happy New Year. Hope everybody had a great start to the semester. I really enjoyed both opening sessions, including the engagement of our vice presidents for instruction and student services at both colleges, and loved the student panel. So thank you for that beautiful kickoff to the semester. Also just want to reiterate thanks on behalf of a variety of voices and employees to our Board of Trustees for those 2 additional days. That might have seemed like, oh, yeah, 2 additional days. But I heard it left and right going down the hallway, and I think it was said, when everyone as a collective has that time off, then everyone could really truly be present and re-energized. When you have half of the people who are on vacation and half of the people who are at home, the ones who are in the office are sending the people at home emails and work, right? So thank you to our trustees for supporting that. And then I know there was a lot of congratulations already for the student veterans at Saddleback College, but I also wish to extend my congratulations. And I know it looks like Colin had to leave, and he was like, I didn't win. He was actually a finalist, one of 5 finalists nationwide for Chapter Advisor of the Year, and obviously the Chapter won, so that was a huge accomplishment. So I just want to make sure to extend my congratulations to him as well. And then last but not least, I know that our board does a lot of resolutions, and tonight we had the resolution on Lunar New Year and Black History Month. But I do want to say that obviously these resolutions go beyond simple statements and really reaffirm our shared values of belonging and dignity, and really acknowledges the lived experiences and cultural contributions and histories of all of our students. And as was kind of talked about today, and just it's been ongoing, that matters to our students and our community. So I just want to thank not only our Board of Trustees, but just our collective community for their work in supporting all of our students. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you for that report, Chancellor Barnes. I'm going to next move on to Irvine Valley College President John Hernandez.
Thank you. Good evening. I appreciate those trustees that were able to attend our President's Opening Day session. It was wonderful to be able to provide an overview of our strategic enrollment management initiative this year, which is focusing on the adult learner journey at IVC. As I shared, 1/3 or about 7,000 students at IVC are 25 plus, and 58% of those students are enrolled in non-credit pathways. And as was articulated by Vice Presidents McDonald and Miranda, our traditional frameworks were not created for adult learners, non-traditional students. And so this is a really important work. I know our SEM team attended a mid-year convening in San Jose this past week, and we're very proud of those efforts. And the student panel, I know it's been mentioned, they were incredible, so articulate. I love what Trustee Inman said. The words of wisdom that they had to share was just phenomenal. Today you approved quite a few instructional curriculum updates, including several new non-credit courses. And that has been on a path that we have embarked to really expand our non-credit, not just courses, but certificates beyond adult ESL, because we know language acquisition alone is not going to prepare individuals for today's workforce. So we're very happy. You'll see more of those, particularly our vocational ESL pathways. And I also wanted to just lastly thank all the volunteers. Last week, we always do this the first week of the semester, our welcome booths. We had 4 different stations. We served over 5,500 students, and we had 73 volunteers. And these volunteers volunteered more than just once, because the booths were open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 12 noon on Friday.
Wow.
So again, thank you to all the volunteers for helping our students feel welcomed as they walked onto our campus. Thank you.
Saddleback President Dr. Stern.
I want to thank, acknowledge, and congratulate faculty, staff, and managers for the successful submission, not the approval yet, but the submission of our first baccalaureate program, as has been mentioned tonight. We hope that it is not our last, and we anticipate probably putting through a second application in August, and then more after that. But it's wonderful to have our first already in. I also want to thank, acknowledge, and congratulate faculty, staff, and administrators on very robust PD during Flex Week, particularly given the importance of AI training, getting that on board really fast and moving past not forgetting, paying attention to the academic integrity question, but moving past it into more important matters like how are we going to give our students the fluency they're going to need in AI to get jobs and to hold those jobs. The work that I was doing that kept me away from our Flex opener that day in Sacramento tells me that the urgency for such PD on AI is very acute, and so we are responding. And lastly, tonight, I'd like to share a little bit of reflection on the day after MLK Day, on all that is happening in the world and in the small universe of our district under our aegis of control. Some surveys came out, responses came out, research came out that was reported very widely on MLK Day, and you may have read, showing an uptick in bias. Particularly, the research was about bias against LGBTQ members as well as blacks and the intersectionality of those two groups. This followed a fall in bias 20 years long in the making, where we as a society have been working through our biases and dealing with them and getting better and more sensitive to one another. And then suddenly, starting in 2020, not 2024, this is not a political statement, starting in 2020, biases started to uptick, and they're up 10% between 2020 and 2024. This is our work. This is our job. This is the last bastion of hope we have to teach young people what it means to be inclusive and a sense of belonging and to make them aware of their biases and to help them work through it. And I call upon us to redouble our efforts in that regard. Thank you. Happy MLK Day, one day belated.
Thank you. Vice Chancellor Chris McDonald?
No report.
Okay, Vice Chancellor, well, it would be Karen Dubert?
No report.
No report. And then Connie Kavanaugh?
Thank you. Sorry. I just feel obligated to point out, hopefully you've all had a chance to read the synopsis of the governor's budget memo that was sent out by Vice Chancellor Gable last week. I just wanted to highlight a few items from that memo. She started out by sharing that the budget was stronger than it's been in quite a few years, which is great news, but there was also a lot of caution as to what's to come in the future. So we're perpetually in the state of being perfectly unpredictable. But the first blush of the 26-27 budget does show that community colleges should receive a $1.1 billion increase over the 25-26 budget. For what that means for us as it relates to the DRAC model, we are projecting approximately $5.6 million increase just as a result of the cost of living adjustment. And the 0.5% enrollment growth that we typically always budget for, we're estimating to be just under $900,000. There are some stipulations in the budget, at least at this time, that there would be some additional growth funding that would be available to colleges for the 25-26 year. It's hard to predict that amount because it is distributed proportionally to the colleges that are actually growing, and so we don't know what our share of that would be. We're thinking it could be about $1.8 million. At this time, due to the volatility of the DRAC model with all these variables and us having to do our basic aid allocation process, we likely may not include it in our tentative budget and then make some other decisions for the adopted budget. So just kind of wanted to give that preface. And then just one other highlight I want to point out is there is new money back on the table to fund deferred maintenance projects, which we haven't had in quite a while, and we're anticipating our share of that to be approximately $2.7 million. So there is really good news in our first look at the budget. I went over.
So Connie, if I could just add, I think was it Frank that mentioned AI was the theme of professional development. AI is also the driver or a key driver of California's budget.
Correct,
So
because of all the capital, yes.
So everyone
stock market
might want to be aware of that artificial intelligence is a big tax revenue for the state of California.
Correct. And the volatility that brings.
The volatility is crazy.
Okay,
Thank
you. Well, hearing no objections, it would appear we can adjourn. So I adjourn the meeting. Well, it feels official.